So the wait is over. Batman is back. The Dark Knight is out here on Thursday. It's already broken all box office records in the US. Christian Bale returns as the legendary crime fighter who takes on Gotham City's evil new mastermind, the Joker, played by the late Heath Ledger. And Christian joins us now from central London. Good morning, Christian.
Good morning.
Great to see you this morning. First of all, congratulations. The Dark Knight took a record £77.5 million in its first weekend in the US. I imagine you must be thrilled.
It's monopoly money to me. I can't even comprehend it.
It's quite surreal in a way. Obviously, the budget for the film was something around $135 million. Does that kind of add pressure to you guys, or do you put that to your back of mind, or not worry about it at all?
That never adds pressure to me at all, you know. I never think of it in that way. I always actually approach every movie as though no one's ever going to see it. So I don't feel that pressure myself.
It must be a pleasant surprise to know that one or
Chris Nolan, the filmmaker, I have no doubt that he was feeling that pressure.
I imagine he was. We're going to have a quick look at the film, Christian, then we can talk some more about it. It is an extraordinary film with some extraordinary performances, not least from your co-star, the late Heath Ledger. I think one of the real tragedies, Christian, is that he won't be able to see how well his performance has been received.
Right. No, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure that he felt a great satisfaction from playing it. I saw myself, you know, how much he immersed himself, but how much he enjoyed playing that character. So I think he knew that he had done something quite superb, and he had taken some satisfaction from that. But of course, yeah, you know, there's a wonderful celebration of how well the movie is doing, but it is tempered by the fact that Heath isn't here himself. And the fact is that, you know, Chris Nolan, who is half English, has shown himself to be, I think, one of the finest filmmakers around. We've got to look forward to a lot of incredible movies coming from him. And Heath, in his portrayal of the Joker, has really made this movie. And I think that the success of it and all of these box office records that it's breaking, you know, in spite of the fact of the rest of the wonderful cast, it is really down to Chris Nolan and to Heath.
A lot of Oscar buzz around his performance as well. And I understand, having read some interviews, you kind of felt he was a bit of a kindred spirit to you. You sort of had a connection with him as well as a person.
Well, in terms of his enjoyment of the work, you know, how much he immersed himself in it, how much pleasure he got from going absolutely into his role. But that having been said, there's been a lot of talk about, you know, this role having affected him and his mental state, and it's absolutely untrue. In speaking with his family, in being there, knowing him, becoming friends with him, he enjoyed this character so much. And as soon as the makeup was off, he was back to Heath, and he was wonderful company. And, you know, clearly anybody who got to know him and who knew him a long time miss him dearly.
Now, for you, second time you've got to put on the Batman outfit. Were you looking forward to having a second crack at being the man himself?
I was, because I know that with Chris Nolan, he's not going to bother making a second movie unless we improve upon it. Actually getting back into that suit I wasn't looking forward to, but they'd made great improvements on it. And this time was far more comfortable, far more motion I was able to put myself through, and so it was much more enjoyable than the first time. I didn't have the migraine that I had through putting the cowl on every time on Batman Begins.
It did look rather restrictive. I like the fact you could look from side to side in this suit. That's a nice added bonus.
It's very nice. It's very helpful.
Aside from Heath, the cast, and yourself, the cast is obviously wonderful. There's a very strong sort of British contingent as well, as you say, the director,
yeah.
Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, yourself. You're really leading the flag for us Brits over there.
Yeah, well, you know, but we're trying to keep that quiet so that the Americans don't get offended that this very American icon is actually being co-opted by the Brits.
We're taking over. We like your style. It seems that you have this ability to excel in the roles that you play that involve going through extraordinary physical commitment. Your weight loss in The Machinist and Rescue Dawn are well noted. Equally, putting on the weight for a character like Batman, I'd imagine that putting on the weight is more enjoyable than having to lose it.
That is more enjoyable, yeah. I like to do those things because I don't consider that I do a proper job, really. And so if I get to really exert myself and go through something like that, weight loss or weight gain, then I kind of prove to myself that, you know, I can make an effort and succeed, because otherwise acting doesn't seem like a proper job to me.
Do you always imagine that at some point you're going to have to go out and get a proper job?
I hope not.
Yeah, you were born in Wales, that's right, isn't it? Haverfordwest. Have you been back there recently?
Yeah. Not recently. I was back there, I guess, about 10 years ago was the last time I was there.
I think they're having their...
I'm not a true taffy.
You're not a true taffy?
Not really, no. I mean, I was just born there. I go back there. I like that people call me that. There's a great, you know, vintage of Welsh actors with Richard Burton and Anthony Hopkins, etc. But truly, you know, I grew up in England, as you can hear.
I can hear very much indeed. And I imagine you're looking forward to the London premiere tonight.
I am, yeah.
Are your expectations that it's going to be huge and big, or would you look forward to nights like this when you're in the limelight, or would you rather be at home with your wife and your daughter?
No, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. You know, look, I enjoy it when it's a movie that I like. You know, when it's something that you don't like, but you're kind of forced to go along and do it, that's not so enjoyable. But this one I really like. You know, it's a filmmaker who I've worked with 3 times now. He truly is one of the finest around there. So I will be enjoying myself.
Now, of course, the big question for the women, and Kate's just asked me to ask you, Christian, is the outfit for the premiere. Have you got an outfit planned? Will it be Batman-themed along the latex line?
You know, I barely managed to pull together putting on a shirt on for you guys this morning. I have no idea what I'll be putting on tonight.
Well, we look forward to seeing
no fashion plate.
We look forward to seeing it in the papers tomorrow, though I think Kate's a bit disappointed you did manage to get the shirt on, I have to say. Thank you very much for joining us, Christian. It's great to talk to you about the film, and best of luck with it.
Thank you.
That's such a male thing. You just know any women involved have been planning their outfits for a week, getting stressed about it, deciding what jewellery. Blokes just like, yeah, whatever.
There's a shirt kicking around somewhere.
Yeah, put it on.
It's a world premiere.
Put it on. His wife's probably sorting it out. That's why men are lazy, you see. They have someone to do it for them.
You can find out everything you need to know about the new Batman film, plus take our special quiz to test your Cape Crusader knowledge on the website gm.tv.
I like that he doesn't feel like he has a proper job.
Yes.
You know, he has no idea the stresses of being a weather girl. I mean, if he really wants to put himself through it, that I have put on and lost 8 stone over the past few years that I've been here.
Just to
it's
prove
true.
You're committed to the job.
Yeah, just to
make sure we can
that
see Ireland.
Yeah, is
You
that in
have to
outdoor
do that way.
No, that's in proper weight gain, sadly to say. Yes, but I'm all right now. You can actually see Ireland and even parts of the southwest. Let's take a look.